Hi, it's Bruce. It's Saturday, December 13th, and last night, Bill and I and a couple friends went to see ReWRITE, a new Joe Iconis musical at Urban Stages. Had a really good time. A few weeks ago, we went to see Things to Ruin, which I reviewed, and that's my first big discovery of Joe Iconis' music and lyrics. And if you play that review of mine, you'll see that I'm a big new fan of Joe's songs. So this is the first structured piece I've seen that actually has, it's 3 mini musicals. And they're all delightful. The first one is called Nelson Rocks. The second one, Miss Marzipan, and the third, The Process. And Joe did the book, music, and lyrics. And it's completely charming pieces. But let me give you the names of the cast. Joe has a little coterie of actors that he uses a lot, and some of these people were in Things to Ruin. And I always like to give a shout out because all of Joe Iconis' cast of characters are they're so talented. The 3 musicals star Nick Blameyer, Badja Farah, Lorinda Lisitsa, Lauren Marcus, A.J. Shively, and Jason Sweet Tooth Williams. Nick and Jason and Badja, I believe, were all in Things to Ruin. My favorite piece of the 3 was Miss Marzipan. Very unexpected, and A.J. Shively, actor I hadn't seen before, I think he's new to Joe's little collection of actors, really stood out in the whole evening because I had never seen him before, and he's a real talent to watch. Nick Blameyer in Nelson Rocks was just great. He's just stunning, and of course everybody was. But some people like Jason Sweet Tooth Williams, who is wonderful in Things to Ruin, plays Joe's alter ego in the third one, The Process. Each one is a complete little musical, and they're all related under the headline of deadlines, people rushing for deadlines. Nelson Rocks is a little high school romp about a little nerdy guy wanting to ask a girl to the prom. Miss Marzipan, I don't want to give away too much about Miss Marzipan, but Kathy Bates comes to mind, that's all I'll say. And Lorinda Lisitsa is wonderful in that piece also. She's Miss Marzipan, a woman who can only cook marzipan. Bake marzipan, whatever you do to marzipan. And The Process is the third one, is Joe's alter ego fighting for a deadline, reaching a deadline to write a musical. And Jason Sweet Tooth Williams is quite funny, dressed completely as Joe. Joe is at the piano in all 3 acts, and he's a wonder to watch too. It's hard to take your eyes off of him sometimes because he's the creator of the whole thing. This is playing for a few more weeks, I think, at Urban Stages, and I urge you to go. It's a wonderful little theater. It only seats like 75, and if you want to see a really new talent and have a fun evening, see Joe Iconis' ReWRITE. We had a great time. We ate at a place called Uncle Nick's on 8th and 29th right before, and walked over to Urban Stages. It's general admission. I got good seats, and I highly recommend it. It's another 4-star Joe Iconis musical. Okay, I did see a few other shows that I failed to blog about before, so I'm just going to briefly mention them. Dividing the Estate, which is a Lincoln Center presentation at the Booth Theater, played by Horton Foote. I enjoyed it. It's in the vein of August Osage County, but a little bit broader and not quite as heart-wrenching or touching, but it's about a family fighting over an estate. It stars Elizabeth Ashley, who's been a perennial favorite of mine since I was a teenager. I've always had a crush on Elizabeth Ashley, and no one can fill a stage like Elizabeth Ashley when she's in full gear, which she is here. Penny Fuller, Gerald McCraney, Hallie Foote are all really good. The cast is great. It's a great production. The play is good, and it's enjoyable. It didn't completely blow me away, but I did enjoy it. So I do recommend it if you want to see, you know, a good Horton Foote play with a great cast. Afterwards, a friend of mine took me for my a birthday dinner. I did have a birthday a few weeks ago. I don't want to talk about that. No, I had a good time. It's just another birthday. What can I say? We went down to Craft Bar, and that was great. Another show I saw that I loved and I didn't get time to blog about was Black Watch, which is at St. Anne's Warehouse. I think it was just extended recently. I think it's going to be the last American presentation by the Scottish National Theatre of this great play about the Black Watch Army, Scottish Black Watch Army group in Iraq, and also a history of it. It's quite there's dance, there's singing, there's drama. It's in a unique space, and it's highly theatrical. Really something that you should see. Sorry I didn't have a chance to talk about it before. And that's it. Tomorrow we're going to go see What's That Smell? The little musical at New World Stages. And that's about all our theater events booked for recently. All right. Hope to see you around the theater circuit.